Designing a great layout in 2-Point Museum, one that both looks good and actually works, can be trickier than it seems. You might have the space, you might have the exhibits, and even the ambition, but somehow the layout just doesn't quite click. Between the exhibits, decorations, and the guest needs, things can quickly start feeling a little chaotic. Don't worry, we've all been there. So let's take a step back from the chaos and go through some practical design tips to help you plan, decorate, and build museums that run smoothly and also look the part. I'm Ivory Toucan, and here are my top 10 tips for designing the perfect museum. As tempting as it is to snap up every plot and cram in every exhibit from day one, it's best to resist the urge to expand and build everything immediately. Instead, grow your museum slowly and organically. Payroll and building new rooms tend to be your biggest early game money sinks. Expanding too quickly rinses your starting cash and can even lead you going bankrupt where you're forced to sell off some of your exhibits. Loans can help with that influx of cash, but the smarter approach is to focus on what you've already got. Make sure to max out your existing exhibits with decorations and speakers for that extra buzz, hire a small but highly skilled team of staff, and build a stable foundation before building that shiny new museum wing or even sending out for that next pricey expedition. It's easy to design for what you have now, but the real trick is planning for what comes next. While some may not like the idea of overthinking every last detail, think of it more as leaving yourself options as your museum evolves. That can be done by leaving breathing room for new exhibits, additional rooms, or just future decorations to add in. Try to maintain a sense of visual continuity as you expand too. So carry forward those subtle design elements such as recurring decorations or signature floor borders to help the whole museum feel that little more cohesive. That continuity makes your builds feel intentional and not just improvised. So think of it as future-proofing your style as much as your layout. Colour isn't just decoration, it's actually storytelling. Use darker or more muted surroundings to make brighter exhibits pop, and accent or secondary colours to help set the mood. Look at cool blues for marine life, warmer ochres and browns for prehistory, and even purples for supernatural. When it comes to designing and playing with colour, that contrast is really key. Give larger exhibits room to breathe. Minimalist surroundings often help make them feel that little bit bigger. And when it comes to themed zones, use the environment itself to guide guests through that visual journey, helping them feel like they're stepping into a new immersive world. Repeating small details throughout ties everything together without making it feel too boring. A gorgeous museum still feels flat if visitors are constantly lost, hungry, or queuing for the bathroom. So, position the utility rooms around main walkways or between exhibit zones to keep traffic smooth and flowing naturally. Meanwhile, tuck staff rooms and maintenance areas just off the beaten path. They should be easy to reach, but not photobombing your guests' selfies. Overall, a good layout has rhythm. When movement feels seamless, your museum doesn't just look curated, it feels curated. It may feel tempting to lock each wing of your museum into a single airtight theme. Prehistory here, supernatural there, space over yonder, but 2-Point Museum doesn't penalise you for mixing decor or exhibits, so don't be afraid to experiment. Blending overlapping themes can actually make your layouts feel more organic and visually dynamic. Essentially, like a museum that's actually been curated, rather than one that's been built straight from a catalogue. For example, fantasy and supernatural, they can share the same moody lighting and dramatic flair. Botany and prehistory, perfect for a lush, overgrown jungle aesthetic. And even science and fantasy bring that brilliant clash of logic and wonder together. The key is to find visual or conceptual bridges, similar colours, materials or tones, and build out from there. Mixing themes can add some realism and storytelling depth to your museums. Don't be afraid of asymmetry. Slightly irregular room shapes and layouts can feel more organic and visually interesting. Move away from just throwing down decorations for buzz towards designing more with intent. Dense clusters of decorations can add that extra texture, for example, lots of plants around one theme rather than one plant dotted here and there. And you can still leave room for small spaces and zones in between to give major displays that greater impact. Customization in 2 Point Museum is huge. Giving your staff distinct uniforms can make it easier to manage them at a quick glance, or customizing objects such as donation bins, toilet stalls or cafeteria tables to fit a theme adds visual appeal and that sense of realism. Almost everything in this game can be customized, which gives you the freedom to create different identities and variation across all your museums. Just keep an eye out for the paintbrush and the colour wheel symbols while playing the game to explore all the different options on offer. Every exhibit within the game has a decoration rating target that affects buzz, so decor isn't just for show, it's actually part of your design strategy. Thoughtful placement can make a huge difference to both performance and atmosphere. But decorating isn't just about the decorations themselves. Use floor decals, ceiling pieces and wallpapers to boost the aesthetic without cluttering walkways or blocking visitor paths. Even functional items such as windows, benches and even bins raise your environment score while also contributing to the museum's overall feel. And when it comes to decorations, make sure to pay attention to orientation and variety. Rotating items or mixing similar decor types breaks up repetition and keeps spaces visually interesting. Small variations do go a long way towards making your museum feel curated rather than copy and pasted. When it comes to 2 Point Museum, don't rely on guesswork. The overlays are your most powerful tool in this game, so make use of the visualization overlays to identify and correct design flaws. Flicking between them instantly reveals where buzz may be low, security coverage could be weak, or even where more food stands and cafeterias are needed. Using the overlays allows you to make precise, data-driven design decisions that will take your museum to the next level. Sometimes the best design move is just simply grabbing the demolition tool. As your museum grows and you unlock bigger exhibits, those early compact rooms will start to feel more like broom cupboards. Instead of endlessly patching old layouts, just bulldoze and rebuild. Your funds will all be reimbursed, giving you the cash you need to make changes you want. Make use of the room templates feature to make rebuilds painless, where you can drop in fully equipped rooms instantly, saving time, all while maintaining your aesthetic consistency. Because rebuilding in 2 Point Museum is simply about evolving your museum to the next step. In short, try to think like a city planner and an interior decorator. Designed for efficient foot traffic, smart staff access and that visual flair that boosts buzz and keeps your guests smiling. That's it from me. If you found these tips useful, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more 2 Point Museum content. Thanks for watching, and as always, happy building.